Hello students, today we are going to learn direct and inverse proportion for class 8. So let's understand what is the meaning of this direct proportion. As we know that a proportion is an equation that states two ratios are equal. For example, it is given 7 by 8 is equals to 42 by 8. Here these two, 42 and 48, it divisible by 6. So 6 sevens are 42, 6 eights are 48. Here, to determine whether pairs of ratios are equivalent, we use cross product as 7 into 48 is equals to 42 into 8, or we say 336 in both the sides. Here, the cross products are equal. So, the ratio which are formed a proportion, and therefore the pairs of ratios are equivalent. Now, this we learned in the previous class. Now, today we are going to learn the direct proportion. So, let us understand what is the meaning of direct proportion. For example, let's say a car is there and it covers a distance in 5 minutes is 1 kilometer. Again, in next 5 minutes, it covers 1 more kilometer distance. Correct? Now, again, in next 5 minutes, that means in 10 minutes, it covers 2 kilometer distance. In the same way, when we proceed, we get this car covers 1 kilometer in 5 minutes. In next 10 minutes, its total distance covered 2 kilometer. In next 5, that is 15 minutes, we have then total distance covered in 15 minutes, it's 3 kilometer. Correct? So here in next 3 kilometer, in next 15 minutes or in next 5 minutes, that is total 15 minutes, it covers 3 kilometer. Here we observe this. These are 5, 10 and 15 denotes the time, whereas this 1, 2 and 3, these kilometers are showing the distance covered by the car. Here we understand that as the time increases, the distance it's also increasing, and we assume that there is no up and down in the speed. That means the car is going with the same speed. So the same speed is known as the uniform speed. So here we understand that. Again, by an example, if a cloth shop is there and we visit there, we want to purchase one cloth for the dress. So from these dress materials, if it is saying that the cost of 1 meter cloth is 100 rupees, and we selected the cloth, and what we have to pay for this cloth for 1 meter is 100 rupees. Correct? But as we get that whatever the material we have to purchase, it will not sufficient to make the dress by 1 kilometer. So again we purchase total cloth is 2 meter. So the total length of the cloth is 2 meter. So its cost will be 1 plus 1, that is 2 meter. So 100 plus 100, that is 200 meter. In the same way, the cost of 3 meter cloth is 100 plus 100 plus 100, that is 300 meter. Correct? Here what we are observing, as the cost increases 1 to 2, that is multiplied by 2. So the cost is also increases in the same way multiplied by 2. Similarly, in the next step, this cost multiplied by 3. Correct? So in the same way, if we talk about the cost of 4 meter cloth, so it will become multiplied by 4. 1 into 4, 4 meters. So 100 into 4, 400 meter. In the same sense, we can say as the length of the cloth increases, the cost of cloth is also increasing. That means for 10 meter cost, rupees 100 into 10, that is rupees 1000. So we can say if we want to purchase the 10 meter clothes, its cost is rupees 1000. If we find the ratios of these two quantities, cost of cloth and quantity in meters, so it becomes 1 upon 100, or in the second case 2 upon 200, that is again 1 upon 100. In third case it will become 3 upon 300, that is 1 by 100. That meaning in the first case 1 by 100, that is equals to 1 is to 100. In the second case also 1 is to 100. As we take 3 upon 300 meter, that is 1 upon 100. So again we get 1 is to 100. Here ratio in all it is same, or we can say the ratio is constant. So here we can define the direct proportion. The ratio between the two quantities x and y remains the same as they vary. That means we can write y is directly proportional to x as y is directly proportional to x. This sign shows the direct proportion sign. So we can say y is equals to kx, or in other words we can say the value of x, the value of one quantity, and the value of y is another quantity. So as the value of one quantity x increases, the value of second quantity y also increases in such a way that their ratios is same. The ratios does not change. It is constant. So let's define this constant by k. So in this case what we can write? We say that x and y are in direct proportion if x upon y is equals to a constant, it is k. Or we can say multiplied by y into k, by using the cross multiplication we get x is equals to k into y. That meaning if we take x upon y is equals to k, so in terms of we can write first quantity upon second quantity first term. So x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2 is equals to x3 upon y3, and so on. All the ratios for the two related quantities are same and it is equals to a constant. So here we have to remember the two quantities which are in direct proportion are x upon y, that is equals to k, or the formula is x is equals to k into y, or we can write x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2 is equals to x3 upon y3, and so on, the number of quantities which we have to given. So understood what is the direct proportion. Now on the basis of this direct proportion we will solve one problem. So let us take an example. A mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigment with 8 part of base. In the following table find the part of base that need to be added. So part of red pigment, let it is x, and part of base, that it is y. So part of red pigments will be denoted by x1 x2 and part of base denoted by y1 y2. So let it is x1 x2, x2 is equals to 4, y2 we have to find out, x3 is equals to 7, y3 we have to find out, x4 is equals to 12, y4 is unknown, x5 is 20, whereas y5 is unknown. So y2, y3, y4 and y5, these quantities, that means these part of bases, we have to find for these red pigments when the red pigments are increasing. So as we know that the mixture prepared by 1 part of red pigment with 8 part of base. So here what we are observing, as the part of red pigment increases from 1 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 12 and 12 to 20. So this quantity increases. So part of red pigment that also will be increase. So we understand this is the case of a direct proportion. So by the formula we can write it as x is equals to ky, or x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2 is equals to x3 upon y3 and so on up to k. So put the values by the table, we get 1 upon 8 is equals to 4 upon y2 is equals to 7 upon y3 is equals to 12 upon y4 is equals to 20 upon y5 and so on. Okay, so let's take first two quantities. 1 by 8 is equals to 4 upon y2. Now here what we will do, we will solve it by the cross multiplication. This 8 multiplied by 4 and this y2 multiplied by 1. So we get in the next step y2 is 8 into 4, that is equals to 32. Similarly, we take first part and the third term. So here we get 1 by 8 is equals to 7 upon y3. Again here we use the cross multiplication. So we can write y3 is 8 into 7. 8 7s are 56. Again this first and this fourth term, we get 1 by 8 is 12 by y4, or by cross multiplication we get y4 is equals to 8 into 12. So 12 8s are 96. Similarly, in the next term we get 1 by 8 is 20 upon y5, or y5 is 8 into 20, that is 160. So here what we are getting? We are getting the part of the base according to the part of red pigment. When the red pigment is taken 1 part and the base taken by 8 part of the base or 8 part of the red pigment. So 1:8 ratio will be constant for all these terms. So here we can say part of the base needed, that is 32, 56, 96, 160 according to the part of red pigment 4, 7, 12 and 20. So by using the formula that both the quantities according to the first quantity, if it is increasing, the second quantity is also increasing. So the both quantities are said to be in direct proportion, and we can say x upon y is equals to constant, or x1 upon y1 is equals to x2 upon y2. So by using this we can find out the problems based on the direct proportion.